Hey, you! Don't watch that. Listen to this. One step beyond! Carlisle United commentary on BBC Radio Cumbria. One step beyond!
Well, welcome to Brunton Park. Carlisle United against Millwall. Who knows where we'll be, what league we'll be in a couple of hours' time. But the bottom line is Carlisle United have got to win this game to stand any chance of any of the other permutations coming into play. Very briefly, if you haven't heard and you've been away on planet Mars or wherever that you've been, Carlisle United have got to win this game to get up to 50 points. Brighton have got to fail to beat Stockport at home, and Northampton Town have got to lose at Leeds. Either of those combinations, if Carlisle United win, we'll see Carlisle United in League One next season. If Carlisle United don't win, then it's League Two next season, and you could say all the good work that's gone over the last 2 or 3 seasons has gone up the window. But Carlisle United have selected a side. They've got Peter Murphy at left back in place of the suspended Evan Horwood, and Joanne Yinsah comes in as a strike force with Scott Dobie in place of the suspended Michael Bridges, and Graham Kavanagh returns in midfield with Chris Lumsden reverting to the bench. The full side: Ben Williams is in goal, a back four of David Raven, Richard Keogh, Ian Hart and Peter Murphy. Midfield four from the right: Cleveland Taylor, Paul Thirlwell, Graham Kavanagh and Lewis Neal. Up front, Scott Dobie partners Joanne Yinsah. On the subs bench, Chris Lumsden, Danny Graham, Tony Kane, Gary Medine and Ian Morris. Millwall: David Ford is in goal, a back four of Alan Dunn, Andy Frampton, Tony Craig the captain, Scott Barrow. Midfield from the right: Lewis Grabham, a very pacey player from Crystal Palace. Jimmy Abdu is in midfield together with Adam Boulder, and on the left hand side of midfield is James Henry, and Gary Alexander and Neil Harris are the strike force. And you look at them, the 17 goals combined this season between the two of them. 23 goals I should say. Gary Alexander with 13, Neil Harris with 10. Their substitutes are Lenny Pidgley, Richard Duffy, David Martin, Mark Laird and Jason Price. All the preliminaries are about to begin, and can I say Francis Blenkinsop. Francis, regular here in C-Stand. You're unwell, Francis. Lots of love from Carlisle United. All the best from us. Get well soon, and we'll see you next season, and let's just hope that it's good news for you this afternoon. I'm joined in the commentary box. No Jeff Thorpe. His back's playing him up, poor old Jeff. And I'm joined by our Barrow correspondent, I should say. Introduce yourself. James Phillips.
What a game it promises to be today. So much at stake for both of these sides this afternoon. Derek, just looking out there at the respective kits of both sides, couldn't be more of a contrast out there, could it? And what we were talking about last night and even in the build-up on today's show, the strike forces, Derek. Look at the two strikers for Millwall, Gary Alexander and Neil Harris. Goals at any level of football. Carlisle are going to have to work so hard today to keep that pair out.
Well, both teams in the huddles. Carlisle United in their blue shirts with white shorts and white socks. They will be attacking the goal to the right-hand side. That's the goal at the Warwick Road end. Millwall are in their orange top. They've got black shorts and black socks. They will be attacking the goal to the left-hand side at the Waterworks end. The referee, Mr. Swarbrick, blows his whistle. We're underway for what could arguably be Carlisle United's most vital game of the season. Bearing in mind 10 years ago it was a Jimmy Glass rescue act. Here this afternoon there's plenty of time, and who is going to be the hero this afternoon? BBC Radio Cumbria. Not a bad turnout, round about the 8,000-9,000 mark. Millwall in possession as they push the ball into the Carlisle United half. A little flick on and a little hesitancy. No, I thought there was for the moment, but Ben Williams very quickly to the edge of his area to snuff out any danger.
And grabbing the man cutting in from the right hand side there, looking to get onto that ball for Millwall. He's got a lot of pace about him. The big man today for me, Derek, he's divisive. He divides the opinion of the Carlisle fans.
Yeah. Joanne Yinsah on the edge of the box, poor clearance. Cleveland Taylor attacking his fullback, chips one in, not a particularly good cross by Cleveland. It was always comfortable for the goalkeeper, and straight away Millwall respond down the right-hand side, and it is Grabham there. He's got very great deal of pace as Grabham. Square ball is on, and now they switch it left side to the number 16, which is Scott Barrow. Scott Barrow just thought he was going to cross it, but nice reverse passing here by Millwall, just keeping control of the ball. It's the left back Barrow again. Oh, it's closed down. Joanne Yinsar going in. Up goes Raven with a not particularly good header. Second one's a bit better. Millwall pick up the second ball, and away they come again. Good ball played up, and that was nearly through there for Scott Dobie. The ball played back to goalkeeper David Ford. David Ford, goalkeeper, Galway born, signed from Cardiff last summer. Millwall pick up the second ball. It's Peter Murphy, all right in his eyes. Peter lost sight of that one, and in the end he's hooked that one up to the halfway line. Ball there once again with Ian Hart, and then once again it's Millwall that are picking up the pieces as they just coming over to this left-hand side. Chelsea 1, Fulham 0. Anelka, cross coming in from the left, curling in. Goalkeeper watching it all the way behind for a goal kick to Carlisle United. No goals in the first 3 minutes.
Reasonably bright stuff though from Millwall. We expect that. They are fourth in the division for a reason. They're right up there. They're one of the chasing sides. They'll be looking to get as high as they can today. Nice flowing football, a bit of confidence about them. As I was saying now, Derek, before a couple of bits of action there, the key man today could be Graham Kavanagh in the middle of the park. I know he's one who's divided opinion, but one of his exquisite balls, the likes we used to see at Sunderland and Cardiff, could really open Millwall up as they look to attack.
Well, did Cleveland Taylor? Oh no, Carlisle got a free kick. I wondered why Cleveland was a bit half-hearted going for that. The referee's whistle has blown. Carlisle got a free kick, left of the centre circle. The ball played out to Peter Murphy playing at left back. Murphy trying to work 1-2s, not particularly good. Well played, Peter. Now he's got some space for himself. Chips one into the middle, headed away, and it's the second ball has won by Carlisle United. Richard Keogh in his own half, up to the halfway line. Now he's going on a run. Positive run by Richard, out to Cleveland Taylor. Joanne Yinsar looked as though he'd been fouled. Charged down there by Taylor, and the ball ricochets back to goalkeeper David Ford.
I think it would have been a bit cheap to get that free kick there, but didn't Cleveland Taylor chase it down, not let the cause go, won it.
Yeah, picked up by Thirlwell, Kavanagh. And once again, it's Kavanagh again. Kavanagh lifts that ball over the top. It's one for Cleveland to chase, but Cleveland with wings wouldn't have caught that. And that's going to be, and we've just got an early goal. Bristol Rovers 1, Hartlepool 0. Now, there is a scenario here that Hartlepool can lose by 3 goals. Carlisle can win by 3 goals, and Carlisle will be safe. But there's a 5-goal turnaround, but that puts Hartlepool minus 11 on goals difference. Headed up in the air by Keogh. Thirlwell giving battle. Thirlwell again giving chase. Ball headed to the Carlisle penalty area. Murphy half calls for the goalkeeper, and in the end he chips that ball down the line, and offside flag up against Grabham, and Carlisle have the free kick.
Very slender chance, isn't it, the Hartlepool one? But I think it's the stage of season, Derek, where straws can be well and truly clutched out. We've just got to hope one of the issues regarding the Brighton Stockport game. Another goal in League One.
Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0. We've only been playing 4 minutes, dear me. Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0. Ball now played back to Peter Murphy. Murphy down that left side, chipping it down, looking for Anne Yinsar. Ball played into the I was going to say Ian Hart looked as if the ball had got the wrong side of him, but it hadn't, and Ian Hart now tidies up together with oops, that's a little flick there by Scott Dobie on the centre half. Don't see why he did that.
Got to be careful there. I think he was just held off there with a forearm from the defender. Got to be careful though. He definitely had a little swing at him with his right boot there.
Oh, that's a poor pass by Ian Hart, just outside the penalty area. A chance here. Shot coming in from Millwall, maybe. No. Drags it across to the right-hand side. And now coming in support is Alan Dunn. Dunn, orange shirt, plays that ball to Henry. Back to Dunn again. The ball played down the line. That's out of play. And that's going to be a goal kick to Carlisle United. BBC Radio Cumbria, an exciting afternoon sport ahead of you. And it all starts here with Carlisle United against Millwall. If you're driving through our airways, then drive no further. You've got 2 hours free on the motorway. You're listening to the League One relegation. Carlisle threatened Carlisle United against Millwall, certainly guaranteed a playoff place, but they want to go as high as they can. Carlisle must win this game. Thirlwell, Murphy, left-hand side, Lewis Neal, back to Murphy. Murphy, cultured left foot, up to the halfway line, drills it over the top, looking for Anyinsa. Ball now drops now to Scott Dobie, left-hand side. Scott takes it, left-hand side, looking for some support, back to Thirlwell. Cross comes into the far post, up goes Taylor. Taylor now, Anyinsa can't, gets his second time. Dobie in with a shot that's blocked, comes to Kavanagh. Kavanagh now to Thirlwell. Thirlwell twisting and turning, trying to make some space for himself. Good ball. Now it's Neal into Anyinsa, and I thought it was going to open up. Kavanagh! Wow! What a goal! Graham Kavanagh! What a goal! 7 minutes, a Graham Kavanagh special. 25 plus yards, straight into the top left-hand corner. Hey, 7 minutes gone. What a start. Carlisle United 1, Millwall 0.
Well, Derek, I told you that Graham Kavanagh might be the important man today. I didn't think it would be by thrashing one into the back of the net from there. The supporters just turn and look in surprise at us here at Brunton Park, and a few of them cheering pretty loudly today. The best thing about that was that they did not rush that shot. They worked it, got the angle, kept trying, kept looking, probing, very much like Arsenal, your other team, Derek, waiting for the opportunity, and when it fell to the feet of Kavanagh, only one thing on his mind, and he fair whacked that one into the back of the net. Brilliant goal, brilliant start for Carlisle.
I wouldn't say it was Arsenal-like, but I take your point, James. It's a goal, and Carlisle have got that early breakthrough that they need, that they wanted. Let's hope it settles them down rather than creating more nerves. But just bearing in mind, with Carlisle leading 1-0, that makes Carlisle's goal difference now 14, and with Hartlepool already 2 down, the difference is now only 2 goals. Dear me. Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0. Long clearance by Carlisle goalkeeper, comes to Thirlwell. Nice cultured ball off to the left-hand side to Murphy. Charge down. Ball comes off Murphy. Throw quickly taken by Millwall. Comes to Harris on the right side. Oh, good ball by Harris into the penalty area. Grab him. Oh, it's a miss over the bar by Neil Harris from 10 yards. Should have got that on target, should have done a bit better, and Peter Murphy there, not a bit lackadaisical maybe on that left-hand side, but certainly an opening there for Millwall.
Excellent bit of football from Gary Alexander out on the far touchline, just with his back to everything on the pitch, facing the touchline, just a little round the corner back pass through the legs of a Carlisle defender, right into the pace of Grab, and he cut it back, edge of the area. On the spot there, Neil Harris, and he drove it over the bar. Should certainly have worked the goalkeeper.
Now the ball played high in the air. Joe Anyinsa giving chase, gets ahead to it. Defender under pressure. Well played, Joe Anyinsa. You can see why the manager's picked him for his pace up front, and still goalless in the other important games. That's Brighton, Stockport, Leeds, Northampton Town. The important thing here is that Carlisle United are leading by 1-0. Throw taken, and Anyinsa there, back there to Raven. Raven comes there, crossover, header, Dobie over the bar.
Really tough.
A little bit tight, it was all a little bit snatchy, but again, it's an encouragement from the crowd, James.
Really tough instinct header from Dobie to control there. If he'd have got it on target, it would have been luck as much as anything else, but he tried, he had a go. It was a stab ball to him from 3 or 4 yards away. Instant touch from Dobie on the head, but always over. Earning that throw-in down here, by the way, Joe Anyinsa running at Frampton, who's more of a fullback, always was in his Crystal Palace days. He's now playing in the centre, and I think that's why Anyinsa will be up there to try and put a bit of pace onto Frampton in the middle.
Good play by Lewis Neal, gives it to Kavanagh. Oh no, dear me. Oh, Graham, this is where Graham gets carried away. I don't think the Roadrunner would have got that in his prime. A ball played inside the fullback, far too fast out for a goal kick to Millwall. 11 minutes in the 11th minute. Carlisle leading 1-0. Graham Kavanagh after 7. And the ball headed there by Murphy, out of play on the touchline on the far side, and it's a throw now to Millwall.
How many times have Carlisle United been in this position, Derek, this season? A 1-0 up. They have to get that second goal now.
Well, you've got to, haven't you? The ball hooked forward. Millwall have already missed a gilt-edged chance. And I think the defending player there was Ian Hart, using all his experience. to fend off the Millwall forward, and the ball out of play for a goal kick, which I was going to say Ben Williams will take his time, but with some 80 minutes to go, there's no much point in taking your time. All seconds count, Ben.
Wouldn't take it over to the corner flag at this moment then.
No, Ben Williams right-footed. Over the halfway line, up goes Dobie. Yeah, he used a bit of an arm there, climb up, and the free kick has been quickly taken by Millwall. Chelsea 2, Fulham 1. Florent Malouda.
You say there about Dobie using his arm bit in there, Derek. How many times do you see defenders manhandling strikers? But the least thing that strikers do in a free kick awarded.
That was a little bit obvious for me, though. Hart with a headed clearance, Kavanagh with a foot in, picked up by Millwall, swung to this left-hand side, and that's out of play. That's going to be a throw now to Carlisle United. Just calm things down. A little spell around about 5 to the 7th minute where Carlisle took control, good passing, and ended up with a 7th minute strike by Kavanagh, and what a cracker it was. His 6th goal of the season. Ball hooked forward. Underneath this is Keogh. Keogh got a little turn there, and the referee has given the free kick. A little twist by the forward. I think it was Alexander or Harris, one or the other, just turned Keogh, and Carlisle United have got a free kick.
Don't see why he's given that, Derek. Carlisle were on the ball in the centre circle. All right, it was off the floor. Now they go all the way back to the edge of their own penalty area and have to just fire it forwards. Can't see why referees don't just allow play to go on and pull it back if possession's lost.
Long free kick taken by Ben Williams. Up goes Cleveland Taylor, gets a half ahead to it, and the clearance only as far as another poor ball by Graham Kavanagh. I mean, he scored that good goal, but I'm afraid his ball distribution, this is where it's split with Graham Kavanagh. He can thump a 30-yarder, but it's he's given that ball away in a very dangerous position, and it's Harris at the moment. Harris there trying to work space for a cross. The cross looks as though it's going to come over, working it across the around about 25-30 yards out. Over it comes left-hand side. Kavanagh with a flick. It's only come as far as Henry with a right foot cross, header straight up in the air. Ben Williams come an awful long way. He's got the obstruction and he's got the free kick. But all given away there by that poor pass by Graham Kavanagh just a little while ago. You can see why people are undecided, James. You know, he scores that absolutely terrific goal, and then all of a sudden there's one or two passes gone astray. But come on, Graham.
He got a couple of smatterings of applause early in the game. Very tidy in the shorter areas, isn't he? Just to tidying things up, keeping a cool head in there. But when it comes to trying that killer ball, he so often gives it away.
Good header by Peter Murphy, good interception by Paul Thirlwell. Harris chips one down the line. Here's a half chance here, and it's hooked over the bar. That could have, well saved. He got a deflection, it's got a corner. It was Anyinsa onto that, and I just thought for just one moment there, he could have flicked that to Dobie, he could have done all sorts of things, but I'm not quite sure what he tried there, James. A shot, got a deflection, and it's a corner.
It wasn't even a deflection, it was the defender who put it over the bar, Derek. He got clean through on the angle, just could have rifled it just for that moment there. Looked like a right winger coming in on the left of goal on his right foot, just didn't know what to do with the ball, allowed the defender in. Good chance.
In comes the corner, good delivery. Keogh trying to get there, can't. Hart get there, can't. And Kavanagh, what's he doing now? He's trying to put that ball to the right side, gets blocked. A good overhead flick, full play forward. Scott Dobie, can he get there? It's going out of play, and that's going to be a goal kick now to Millwall. Scott, of course, ex-Millwall player, knows a few of the Millwall players there from his year there. I think he only played around about 20 games, I think, but. And it's still Brighton 0, Stockport 0, Leeds 0, Northampton 0, Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0. And Carlisle at this moment in time are out of the relegation places. Premier League latest, it's Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 1. Nicholas Bentner scoring there for the Gunners. Good ball played for Dovies. After this, he's got the right side of the defender, i.e. goal side, lays this back to Kavanagh. Cross comes in, up goes Cleveland Taylor, hooked away from Cleveland Taylor, and that's gone out of play for a corner kick to Carlisle United. And straight away, Cleveland looked at the Warwick Road end, threw both arms up in the air and said, come on.
Crucial header there from Scott Barron, coming in at the back post. Taylor was going onto it, would definitely have headed on target right at the face of goal. Barron, the fullback, did his job, got across, got on the end of the cross, nodded it for a corner.
In swinging corner, Lewis Neal. 15 minutes gone, BBC Radio Cumbria. Doesn't get any more exciting than this. Lewis Neal, left-footed, near post ball, headed away. It could come to Neal. It's going to come to Kavanagh. Kavanagh to Neal. He wants it on his left foot. He's going to play that inside to Kavanagh. Kavanagh, didn't look up, Kavanagh. I'm sorry, this is... he tried to work a 1-2 with Lewis Neal. He should have looked before he thought Lewis Neal was going to go for that 1-2. Out of play, goal kick, Millwall, and I'm afraid pressure once again lifted. That could have been a lot greater. I'm
going to sound like I'm in Kavanagh's fan club there, but Dobie or Neal could have looked to give him that. He pointed for it and then played it. Neither of them on his wavelength. Tough one, but I think he's just ahead of them in the head there.
Well, he's been ahead of them, but I just think Dobie was in a position in the centre where he scores the goals. Anyway, it's gone now. Ball in play, Millwall in possession. The ball wheel with Cross comes into the far side. So not a bad header under pressure there from Peter Murphy, and away comes Lewis Neal over the halfway line. Still got plenty of room. Keep going, Lewis. Keep going. Keep going. Go on, son. Keep going. He's now he's looking for Murphy in support. Lays that back to Murphy. Over comes the cross. Dobie underneath it. One bounce. Cleveland Taylor coming in. The ball now with Millwall, and they hook that ball clear over the... Oh no, it's kept in play by Raven. Kavanagh, 10 yards inside. Kavanagh again. Scoops one down that touch line. Out of play. Throw now to Millwall. It still remains Carlisle United 1, Millwall 0. 17 minutes gone. The Rugby Union latest. It's Kendal 3, Hull Ionians 5. And a full update to come at half time. That's a ball down the old inside right channel. Easy for the goalkeeper, to David Ford. And a long drop ball. And up this is Keogh. Good interest, and Keogh has won the free kick. Again, it's you're looking at the Millwall player, just saying, well, what did I do wrong? Just suppose he made a little bit of an arch of his back, causing Richard Keogh to fall awkwardly. But 7 minutes gone, that goal. An absolute cracker from Graham Kavanagh. We've seen this before where he's really thumped one in from about 30 yards. You couldn't get a wish for a better strike at the Warwick Road end. Carlisle leading a goal to 0. 0-0 Brighton Stockport. 0-0 Leeds Northampton. Bristol Rovers Hartlepool 2-0 to Bristol Rovers. Ball play there looking for Anyinsa. He's going to drop to Cleveland Taylor. Volley Cleveland Taylor on target, but comfortable for the goalkeeper David Ford. Good technique there by Cleveland.
Did everything right there, Cleveland, didn't it? Just try and hit it too hard and risk just blazing it over on the angle, tight angle, got his shot in, but the goalkeeper, in fairness to him, did very well behind it there, Ford, and gathered it well. But everything right there, Cleveland Taylor, just unlucky the goalkeeper was really on his guard.
And as I say, 1-0 BBC Radio Cumbria. Update on the Kendal Hull Ionians at half-time, and also update on Netherfield, the cricket as well. But the latest scores coming in at the moment: Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0, Carlisle 1, Millwall 0, and Bristol Rovers, Stockport goalless, and Leeds and Northampton goalless. Thirlwell, header, ball still in the Millwall half. Thirlwell going in for a crunching challenge. A little bit of a mix-up over there, and the ball played there to Taylor. Now that was a ball. Did the midfielder Adam Boulder, did he leave his foot in there? I think he's given the free kick in Carlisle's favour, and it's around about 12-13 yards inside the Millwall half to the left of the centre circle, and I don't think Ian Hart can score from here, surely not. But, Ian Hart with the free kick left-footed. James Phillips, my summariser, as Ian Hart punts it to the could be the goalkeeper surely, and the goalkeeper punches it, comes out to Kavanagh, tries to lift it through. He's going to get appeals for handball, but that was straight ball to hand from my point of view. And I'll tell you what, where's Peter Murphy, because he's been caught napping here out of position as the ball comes down the right hand side edge of the area. Shot comes in, blocked off Peter Murphy, and it goes behind for a goal kick, but somebody wasn't covering the running player down that right side, and it's a corner to Millwall.
No, he's okay there. I think Harton and Murphy, because of where they were from that last offensive, but just switched over. Hart went over and covered the run of Grab and couldn't cover him in the end, but Peter Murphy had pulled into the middle.
Corner kick, Millwall, right hand side. In it comes, right-footed, good delivery as well, that, and the ball is allowed to bounce in the area, and it's through a ruck of players. The ball hit there by Andy Frampton. It went through a ruck of players, and it went out for a goal kick. Oh, don't like to see balls bouncing in the penalty area from corners or free kicks. Somebody attack it. But Carlisle still lead by 1-0 to 0, 20 minutes gone.
It's always amazing when it goes through all those legs in the penalty area like that, Derek, and doesn't take any deflection at all on the way through. If it took any deflection, it might just have gone straight into an open net, but
That's right.
Straight through and out for a goal kick. Fortunate.
Dobie going to jump for this, beaten to it. Ball comes to Kavanagh, hoists it straight up in the air. Again, Dobie's looking for this. Oh, nicely take, Dobie. Now, can he get the skill to flick it left side? He can. Lewis Brabham gets a good round of applause for that. Trying to work a 1-2. The ball now out with Peter Murphy. Down the line. Scott Dobie gives chase to the corner flag. Just looking for that little angle to put the ball in. Here's Thirlwell. Thirlwell with the right foot cross low. Not a particularly good clearance. Comes now to Kavanagh. Kavanagh creating space, keeping possession. Ball played down that left-hand side. Dobie. Dobie now trying to work a 1-2 with Cleveland Taylor over there. Taylor trying sheer weight of numbers there from Cleveland, and in goes Graham Kavanagh, gives away the free kick, and danger over from Millwall.
Just trying to build the move again there, Carlisle United, as they did with the opener that was ultimately smashed in from Kavanagh. Kavanagh looking for an angle to shoot once again. Just neat passing, not wasting the ball, not just blasting it in and hoping there. And I guess Cleveland Taylor just had too many bodies around him and couldn't work the angle to play in someone else, and Millwall come away.
Long clearance by the goalkeeper. And the ball, again that ball bounces. It's Grabham hits the ball against Keogh, and Keogh manages to stop the corner and hook it away for a throw in front of the Millwall fans on the far side. It's going to be, could be a longish throw. Yeah, the throw has been taken to James Henry. Henry now working left side. Now he's gone right side, trying to win a corner at least, and he wins the throw. Again, it's by the corner flag. Henry again just leaves it to the fullback Dunn. Dunn now orange tops of Millwall, trying to get back into this game. Ball into the penalty area. Ball headed back again. It's loose, and it's still loose. Over it comes, and the ball is well outside the Carlisle penalty area, giving chase. That's gone out of play, and that's a throw to Carlisle United. You can feel the tension around the ground, James, can't you? The opposition build that little bit of pressure, and you can just feel it.
Just willing the ball out of play there on the far side. Oh, David Raven's been caught there. Carlisle will get a free kick.
Yeah, he got a free kick for that, but again, it wasn't a particularly good reverse pass there from Kavanagh, and his first reaction was to go up to David Raven and say, I'm sorry. David Raven incidentally could be playing his last game for Carlisle United. Hasn't signed a new contract, and deep in his own territory, right back position. 23 minutes gone. Carlisle leading a 7th minute goal to nil by Graham Kavanagh. And it's BBC Radio Cumbria. Every game, home and away. Next season will be the same, we hope. And let's hope what division it's in, we do not know. But thrown out to Millwall. BBC Radio Cumbria. It's the best coverage, that's for sure. Ball played forward again, ball kept in play, and it's hooked forward. Thirlwell, it's out of play, and it's a throw to Millwall. I thought the linesman was going to lift his flag, hesitated for a moment, and then indeed has given Millwall the throw. Raven, defensive header, up goes Anyinsa, flicks it on. Here's Taylor. Ball played forward again by Millwall. A little bounce, and the ball heads back to Carlisle goalkeeper Ben Williams. Rolls the ball out to Ian Hart. Ian Hart there, just the last line of defence. Looks up, chips one forward to Dobie. On his chest, under control. Just looking for, now he's going down a run down that left-hand side. Scott checks back, gives it to Murphy. Murphy nicely inside his man. Little right foot pass to Dobie. It's all a little bit tight out there. The ball out of play, and there's a throw now to Millwall.
Scott Dobie's working ever so hard out there, Derek.
Exactly.
Tell you what, you can see the Carlisle in him, can't you? When it matters most, he really is working hard.
Given away. Here's Carlisle in possession again. Murphy looking for one down the centre. What a good ball that is, up to Anyinsa. Takes it on his chest, turning in, crosses to the far post, and nobody there, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. But lovely control there by Joe Anyinsa, and looking for somebody on the far post, but nobody there. No change in the scores elsewhere. We'll give you regular updates. That's Brighton 0, Stockport 0, Bristol Rovers 2, Hartlepool 0, Leeds 0, Northampton 0. As the ball now with Keogh. That's a big push on and Yinsar, I think it is, and that's going to be Cleveland Taylor rather, and that's going to be a free kick to Carlisle United. 25 minutes gone, BBC Radio Cumbria, and I can tell you that it's still 1-0 here at Brunton Park.
And that's the big score, of course, currently lifting Carlisle out of the bottom 4 in the relegation places. That last opportunity there for Yinsar, clearly been told to fire it into the channels, looking for the wingers when they're under pressure up front, Carlisle.
Kavanagh picks the ball up outside the area. That's going to be a foul, surely. It's got to be. The referee says no. Ball out of play, and that's going to be a throw to Millwall. Quickly taken down the line, picked up by Alexander. Alexander drifting across halfway inside his own half. Good ball out there to Lewis Grabham. Grabham now full of pace round Murphy. Still Grabham going. Hart comes across to cover. Cross comes in, blocked by Hart, out of play, and that's a throw in now to Millwall. Plenty of pace as Lewis Grabham.
Good news that they can actually double up on him as well. Ian Hart came across there to help Peter Murphy after he'd been skinned. That's because Alexander likes to drop off deep, so it means that there's not such a central threat from Millwall. But I tell you what, there is such a threat down that right hand side. Lewis Grabham is grease lightning.
I'll tell you, that's a soft free kick. That's a soft free kick from the referee's point of view. It was Alan Dunn looked to be making tracks down that right hand side, and he just ran into Lewis Neal. I wouldn't have even said it was obstruction, but the free kick has been given, and Carlisle now have got to deal with a set piece. James Henry is the man on that far side that's going to deliver, right-footed. Plenty up for Millwall, and Carlisle have got a little bit of defending to do. 27 minutes, the cross comes in, away by Thirlwell. Back there struggling is, there, it's broken. Cross comes in, well saved Ben Williams. Good catch under pressure as the shot comes in from Gary Alexander. And I'll tell you what, you've got to look and see a little bit of space there that makes you wonder, makes you realise why Carlisle failed to keep clean sheets. Other League One scores. Leyton Orient 0, Huddersfield 1, Peterborough 0, Swindon 1, Walsall 1, Oldham 0. And Yeovil 0, Colchester 2. And another important goal in League One, and Hartlepool have got a goal back at Bristol Rovers. That was always an outside chance, that. Keogh trying to get there, Raven trying to get there, Keogh again just lashes that one clear, but Millwall now, you just sense picking up the game, just finding their men just that little bit more. Good tackle there from Murphy, 2 tackles and he's won the throw. Well played Peter Murphy at left back. 2 good solid challenges going in there, and he's won the throw on the halfway line. Blue shirts of Carlisle attacking the goal to the right. Back to Murph again from Thirlwell. Murph drifting inside, gives the ball to Thirlwell. Back to Murphy. Murphy lifts it forward, a little flick on. There's some danger here for Millwall, but that's not a bad clearance, and it's Millwall in possession on this left-hand side with Barron. Barron now looking for a runner. Ball played inside now to Boulder. Ball played forward looking for Alexander. Good crunching challenge coming in from Ian Hart, and the ball now I think has come off the Millwall defender. That's out of play. That's a throw to Carlisle, and in the meantime there's a Millwall player down on the edge of his own 18-yard box. James, 29 minutes gone, Carlisle leading a goal to nil. Little bits of patches where Millwall looked dangerous, but to be fair, Carlisle keeping them at length.
Yeah, arm's length is exactly what they're doing at the moment, aren't they, Derek? They're just holding them off. I suppose the best chance that they've had is that one fired over the bar from Neil Harris, and just moments ago that opportunity for Gary Alexander breaking on the right. I mean, you said it was a cross. I think he actually hit that one in goal. It was certainly on target, right across the face of goal, and Ben Williams had to keep a hold of it, and he did very well there, Ben Williams. You know, it's his first real action that he's had to, pull out a save, and he's done very well. Carlisle are playing well out there, still waiting for this stoppage to finish. As we were just hearing there, Bristol Rovers, a goal back from Hartlepool means it's 2-1 now. Bristol Rovers leading Hartlepool, which isn't helping Carlisle. Hartlepool getting that goal back, because there is, as we were saying, Derek, a very fine hope that Carlisle could catch Hartlepool if the other results don't go their way. Yeah,
that was always an outside chance to turn a 5 goals difference around, but anyway, not to worry. Yeah, no, I thought Alexander had a real good shot that time across the goalkeeper, and if Ben Williams' handling hasn't been what it was, that could have come out into a dangerous area. Always shoot across the goalkeeper in situations like that. Running repairs have been done on the Millwall defender. Peter Murphy will take the throw in down the line, and hopefully Joanne Yinsar will control it and send Carlisle on their way. Ball volleyed forward by Murphy. Little bit of a missed kick there by the central defender there, Frampton, but the ball goes through to David Ford in the Millwall goal. Carlisle leading a goal to nil. Full match commentary here on BBC Radio Cumbria. Home and away, of course, and hopefully next season. Ball on the edge of the box. The ball now around about 30 yards out left side. Raven there was, that's a missed kick there by Kavanagh. It's given, that's a little push, and that's going to be a free kick to Carlisle United. And again, Kavanagh goes up, puts his arm around Keogh and says, didn't mean it, lad, I didn't mean it.
Just tried to put everything into his clearance. No need for that. He's far too experienced to be making that sort of mistake there, Kavanagh. Edge of the area. Clearance was on. He could have given that 60% and got it over halfway. Tried to give it everything. I mean, if he'd have connected properly, that one could have actually wound up on Warwick Road, and he should know better, really.
Yeah. Let's put this latest score: Leeds United 0, Northampton 0. Keep that in. Uzenar's on the edge of the box there, but the fans seem to think there was a foul by Millwall. Referee saw nothing wrong with it. That latest score: Leeds 0, Northampton 0. A point for Northampton would be enough to keep them safe, by the way. So, Leeds United there have got to beat Northampton. Northampton there, a point would give them 50 points, and with their goals difference of only -1, and they would be okay. But at this moment in time, Carlisle are out of the bottom four. The team in the bottom four are Brighton. Now, can Carlisle get this spare ball? They can't. Now it's edge of the Millwall penalty area. Ball, good tackle coming in with Cleveland, but it doesn't come anywhere. Ball, and that's going to be a free kick. No, it's not. As Keogh with the header. Again, it's Millwall in possession, just slightly in their own half left side. Away comes James Henry. Now, here's Cleveland Taylor. Good ball there a good ball played there to the fullback Raven. Raven gets it to Dobie, and Dobie there runs that ball out of play, and that's going to be a throw now to Millwall. Rounds of applause, but there were options open there, Scott Dobie.
And of course, talking about the permutations, with Carlisle beating Millwall at the moment, Derek, 1-0 still on BBC Radio Cumbria. Leeds will be looking at that and thinking, well, hang on, we can go up above Millwall, can't we, of course, if we just get a goal against Northampton. And I bet that will filter around the ground.
Yeah, probably. And I think the main thing is who finishes in third place. At the moment, the odds on MK Dons. But it looks as though Leeds are going to play Millwall in the semi-finals. I think whoever ends up higher will get the advantage of a home leg first. But let's not worry about that. There's no pace on that for Richard Keogh in the left-back position. In the end, that wasn't a bad clearance. The ball now chested down to Lewis Neal. Neal now up to Anyinsar. Anyinsar trying to turn. Gives the ball to Neal. The little ball there to Kavanagh on the halfway line. Left foot chip down the line. Now, well, again, I certainly give Graham Kavanagh a little bit of sympathy there, because nobody really chased that ball. Wasn't the greatest of passes, but there wasn't a great deal of pace on the pass either. But here come Millwall over the halfway line. A good solid run here from Scott Barron. Ball now played right hand side to who I think was the danger man, Lewis Grabham. Grabham now doubling up on him. Murphy beaten for pace. Chip shot comes in, nicely taken, comfortably taken by Ben Williams, and the danger is over. 34 minutes gone. Carlisle still lead by 1-0. BBC Radio Cumbria.
Extremely bit of risky play there by the left back on this near side Barron. He just Cruyff turned away from Cleveland Taylor to get away from the left back position. If Cleveland Taylor had have robbed him there, Derek, he'd have been away, and that's what I was talking about with Millwall. Millwall will want the win today, and they won't mind that much if they lose by 2 or by 3, because they'll be wanting to try and attack, and you could see that by the way their left back went away from Taylor.
There's some signals coming from Graham Kavanagh to the technical area. I'm not quite sure what the signals are. Premier League latest. Stoke City 0, West Ham United 1. Diego Tristan. Manchester City 2, Blackburn 0. Casido and Robinho. As the ball is played now 25 yards out. Well, that's not a bad clearance, but it comes now to Anyinsar. Can't control it, and Millwall get away with that. They have got away with that, and the crowd tell you that as well. Ball played out to Grabham. Grabham, ball, quick feet, beats Peter Murphy. Gets it back again though, Peter. Peter now going on a run down the old inside left channel. Tries to poke it square. Still can't get the ball out to this side. If they can get it out to Cleveland, he's got a clear run, but he can't. Ball played up now to Neil Harris. Harris there, good challenge coming in from Thirlwell. Again, it's Hart. Hart smashes it, but referee has given the free kick against Paul Thirlwell for the lunge, and it's a free kick to Millwall halfway inside the Carlisle half, virtually dead central.
Yeah, there were 2 tackles in there. The first from Thirlwell just stalled the Millwall man. He had to jockey out the way of it, and it was a bit of a foul, and then Murphy picked off the ball. So you can see why the referee's given that, although the home support understandably not liking it because they thought it was a good tackle from Murphy.
James Henry over the ball, as is Adam Boulder. Henry chips that ball down the centre. No, what a good defensive header that was from Richard Keogh. He got a back header on that, flicked it away for a corner because the danger was lurking all behind him. Excellent defensive header from Richard Keogh, but they've still got this in-swinging corner to deal with for Millwall. Carlisle leading 1-0, in-swinging corner near post ball. Ball headed high up in the air by Kavanagh. Out of play, that's going to be a throw now to Millwall. Just turning on that little bit of pressure as the ball is laid down the line. Henry again, cross comes in, David Raven gets there first, and again not a particularly good ball by Raven, but well played there by Anyinsa. Turn it left side Joe gives it to Lewis Neal. Over the bar, Lewis Neal with a golden break, and Lewis Neal gets eventually the pass from Joe Anyinsa, who did exceptionally well, perhaps delayed his pass. The crowd, 9,000, was screaming at him, play it to the left. Eventually he did. Lewis Neal first time over the bar, should have said it himself, should have been on target. And James, I say to you, that is one of the occasions where Carlisle have let themselves down in the past. They could have had a second goal.
Shocking miss. 10 yards out on the angle, left hand side, not even that acute, should have done much better. Once again, just tried to put everything into the shot to bury it, should have placed it. A player of his quality really should have done better. Carlisle winning a free kick here as well. Joe Anyinsa hung on to the ball too well, but he drew all 4 Millwall defenders, and when he finally slipped it left to Lewis Neal, he had no one on him. He could have even switched it to his right foot and played it back across the face.
Well, that's what I say, he had
so much time.
He had plenty of time.
Should be 2-0, and Carlisle United should be starting to get excited.
Free kick, Carlisle United. Man on the ball at the moment is Ian Hart, slightly to the right of the D, which allows the left-footed angle to go in. In it comes, or eventually anyway. In it comes, drifts in towards goalkeeper, bounce! Oh, nobody attacked the ball. It bounced in front of the goalkeeper, but that was whipped in at pace. What you like to see as well, but nobody just on the end of it. Oh, we've seen this before, haven't we, where Carlisle get gilt-edged chances to that's going to be a foul. Needless free kick given away there by Keogh, just charged into Alexander, and that's going to be a free kick now to Millwall. 30 odd yards out. Well, Scunthorpe 0, Tranmere 1, and that means Tranmere have nicked from Scunthorpe the last playoff place at this moment in time.
Gary Alexander bought that.
Other than a defeat there for Scunthorpe would see them in the playoffs.
Gary Alexander bought that free kick a touch there, but saw Richard Keogh coming, just stood his ground and just flopped to the floor. Easy free kick, and Millwall with probably a chip in here, or they might just have a crack on goal.
And free kick about to be taken. It's 39 minutes gone. Chipped onto the box, away by Keogh, who's going to pick up the second ball. It's Thirlwell, and we've got some rugby union news for you. Kendall 11, Hull Ionians 5. There's Bags of break up there now, and the forward pass 4 on 2 there as Carlisle went streaking away, but the ball up to Kavanagh just overhit, and Millwall have got themselves clear again. Nice ball up to Kavanagh. Ball played left hand side. Cross comes in. The ball trying to attack the ball is Doby. Can't get any purchase on it, and the goalkeeper hammers it clear. Ian Hart, good control. Ian Hart gets the ball right side now to Raven. Down the line there to it's Anyinsa, keeps that ball in play. Looking now for a run, the cross comes in. Far post ball, header comes in from Lewis Neal again. No power, took his eye off it, and he's headed that wide. And that could have been back across the goal, could have been anywhere. But again, good play, first of all by Anyinsa there, just winning that ball, crossing it in. But again, weak finish by Lewis Neal. Still Brighton 0, Stockport 0, and it's Leeds 0, Northampton 0. And Brighton are in the bottom 4 at this moment in time. Carlisle only takes a goal.
Carlisle skipping out. The ball again, it was a very similar position to the one he blazed over on the floor there. Header at the back post from Lewis Neal. I think he wasn't entirely convinced it was going to make it over the last defender, but he should still, at this position, at this point in the season, be gambling on it doing that. You'd be telling him that at Sunday League. Gamble on the header, and when it came to him, he just wasn't prepared.
Ian Hart free kick drilled to the right-hand side. Ball nodded forward. The man up there was Scott Dobie. Goalkeeper comes all the way out to the edge of his area, and he's going to release this high and long. One bounce over Thirlwell's head, and that's not a particularly good ball. Thirlwell recovers to Lewis Neal. Neal back to Thirlwell, down the line for Scott Dobie to chase, and he will chase as well. Back to the goalkeeper. One touch from David Ford, and a long clearance into the Carlisle penalty area, and it's Portsmouth 0, Arsenal 2, and a second for Bentner. Is Millwall in possession on the halfway line. Chip forward down that right hand side, onside. There's Ian Hart complaining offside. All good play into the penalty area. Cross comes in, headed away by Kavanagh for the corner, but once again Carlisle exposed down that left hand side, and quite rightly words being exchanged there, and could have been a better clearance. Well played Kavanagh for being there at the right time. It's inside the last 4 minutes of the first half. Carlisle leading a goal to nil, and the goal Kavanagh on 7 minutes. In comes the corner from the right hand side, chipped in near post ball flicked up goes Ben Williams, says thank you very much, and the danger over yet again.
Lack of communication there that led to that corner there, because three of the defenders stepped up. Richard Keogh didn't, just miscontrolled the ball as well in front of us, and that played on two Millwall players who should have been offside, and that's why they got to that corner. Can't be making that sort of mistake, Carlisle, on a day like this.
Cleveland Taylor back to Kavanagh, chipped down the line looking for the run of Anyinsa. The ball just spun off the surface, defeated everybody there, and the ball now falls to Kavanagh for Carlisle United. Ball played up to Lewis Neal. Neal needs something from Lewis. He's missed a couple of good chances. Brought down, free kick. A goal in League One. Leeds United 1, Northampton 0. Leeds United 1, Northampton 0. And you can hear the reaction going round the ground. Leeds United 1 Northampton 0. We'll give you the goal scorer if we can get it
in due course. Listen to this from the fans.
Well, it's gone round the ground, that's for sure. Becchio has scored for Leeds. But Carlisle has still got to do it. Do we need a second goal? Ian Hart with the free kick. I just wonder, top left-hand corner, I wouldn't put it past him. Let's have a look. 18, 30, 32, 33 yards out.
He's going near post, Derek, and he'll score.
Here he goes. Ian Hart there, just lining it up. Good purchase over the bar, goal kick. But, you can feel the anticipation there. Do we need a second goal? Brighton 0, Stockport 0, Leeds 1, Northampton 0, Carlisle 1. Carlisle 1, I say again. Millwall 0. And that puts Northampton in the bottom four, I think.
Puts them below Carlisle anyway.
Yeah, it does. Now Cleveland Taylor giving chase, goalkeeper out to the edge of his area. There's 45 minutes to go. It is going to be some 45 minutes, plus of course another couple of minutes in this game. Nicely taken, but Thirlwell high in the air. Taylor underneath this. Ball headed forward, picked up by Thirlwell again. Drills it high and long. Goalkeeper comes out to the edge of his area. That's David Ford. And a chance now for David Ford to clear his lines.
Well, one of the best things about this first half as well, Derek, is that as you can see every once in a while, Carlisle United players shielding their eyes. They've been playing into really low, painful sun.
Now is Lewis Neal. Come on, Lewis. You owe us one. No, not a good ball again by Lewis, I'm afraid. And it's the ball played into the Leeds penalty area. Oh, a little bit of hesitancy. Ball played across the 6-yard box. Goalkeeper's got to run to the far end of the area, and in the end he just hacks that ball clear up as far as Murphy, and confirmation is that Northampton are now down into the bottom four. But I would be more happier if this was 90 minutes rather than the 45th. And we're just going to see. I'll have to rely on Kate, my eyes, to see how many minutes. 2 minutes as the cross comes in from Leeds on the right hand side. Williams, good catch under pressure. So we've got 2 added minutes. Carlisle leading a goal to nil. half the job done so far. But they need that second goal, and could have had that second goal, and should have had that second goal. Drop kick by Williams. Ball half clear, out to the right-hand side. The ball hooked forward again. It's no, Williams, go back on your line. Nicely taken there by Harris. Harris gets to the byline. Cross comes in. Header over everybody's heads to the chance. Raven there doing brave things. A little nudge forward. That's going to be a free kick to Carlisle United as Cleveland Taylor clattered in the back by the fullback Scott Barron.
Kavanagh actually got that clearance in there for Carlisle, and he just gets the high five from Raven. Some of his balls haven't been so accurate, but I'll tell you what, as that ball was dropping to Graben at the back post, had to get that hook clearance away there, Kavanagh, and did, and I think he's just got congratulations.
And apparently we've just heard Brighton have just hit the bar against Stockport as Keogh takes the free kick high and long. Up goes Cleveland. Taylor heads it on. Joe on the inside, giving Jay's being handed up. Well, dear me, well, both arms extended there. Ball out of play. Goal kick to Millwall, and for coming up 30 seconds to go for a half-time breather. Up goes Keogh. Done a stern job in the first half. Up goes Taylor, trying to win the ball. Comes there to Kavanagh, knocks it forward, looking for Scott Dobie, little back header. Now if they can get this left side again to Lewis Neal, it's just created a bit of space. Taylor into the area, low cross across the box, hooked away. And Carlisle now desperately looking for that second goal. Comes to Kavanagh. Kavanagh heads it forward. Scott Dobie trying to win the ball. Referee waves play on. Millwall in possession in their own half. Over the 2 minutes. That's going to be a free kick. Not a particularly good challenge there by Cleveland Taylor as Millwall win the free kick, although we've had more than the 2 minutes. Referee not happy with that. And in fact, he's blown the whistle. That's so far so good. Carlisle United in the first 45 minutes have fulfilled the supporters' dreams. They are a goal up, Northampton are a goal down, and Brighton are not beating Stockport. So that's the half-time scenario. All to play for in the second half, but it's been a bitty first half for Carlisle United, albeit they conceded a little bit of possession, but excuse me, Millwall have not really tested Ben Williams with any clear-cut chances. Carlisle went ahead on 7 minutes, and then it was Lewis Neal that had two great opportunities. One in particular, left foot, could have stopped the ball and put it on target for the first one, but his left foot shot went over the bar. And then in the second chance, the header came, could have headed it back across goal, but lost control, and the ball skimmed off his head for a goal kick. 1-0 to Carlisle United. Could have been more. We've said this before as well. 45 minutes to go. Good news here, and I hope everybody at home is enjoying it, and those that are here are certainly enjoying the atmosphere as well. But there's 45 anxious minutes plus to go.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.
Can you feel the tension? I'm sure you can. Carlisle United 1, Millwall 0, 45 minutes away from safety. One substitution for Millwall as Jason Price comes on in place of Neil Harris. Millwall to get the second half underway. Orange shirts, black shorts, black socks. They're attacking the goal to the right, which is the Warwick, and Carlisle United in their traditional blue with white shorts and white socks attacking the goal to the left. But now we've got a goal in League One. Bristol Rovers 3, Hartlepool 1. Bristol Rovers 3, Hartlepool 1. So that's turned around. That's 2 from. There's only a goal difference of 2 between Hartlepool and Carlisle United. Another one for Bristol Rovers and one for Carlisle, and we jump another place. Dear me, we go that higher, I'll be getting a nosebleed.
Neil Harris, the man who's come off, by the way, obviously a very experienced, coming into the veteran years of his career, striker, but bringing on Jason Price. He scored 3 goals in 6 starts this season for Millwall, all in the latter stages.
Now it's Millwall still in possession. Oh, that's a foul by Kavanagh, and the referee has pulled that up as a free kick to Millwall, just about 10 yards inside the Carlisle United half. Now Carlisle really want to be positive here, don't they? They don't want to give too much possession away. This is where they've gone wrong in the past. A little air of anticipation around the ground as the free kicks drilled down the far side, the right-hand side of the Carlisle penalty area. Still a chance of a cross coming in, it is. And Lewis Neal there doing some defending. But Grabham's on the ball for Millwall. Gets it back to his fullback, Dunn. Grabham again. Now it's back to the halfway line. Plenty of time here for Craig, the captain. Craig lifts it forward into the box, over everybody's head. 6 and 2 threes. That's on the far side. It's Henry together with Raven. Both go over. Referee waves play on, and the ball bounces all the way through to goalkeeper Ben Williams. I think we've just been given the crowd 9,470. Well played, the Carlisle fans. Now, first chance here for Cleveland. Cleveland going at his fullback, checks, goes out to the byline, does a couple of step overs. Can he keep this in play? He can. Here he goes, Cleveland Taylor to the byline, row across the box, and it comes out now to Murphy. And that's a really wild one there from Peter, wide of the left-hand post, but a good run there by Cleveland Taylor across into the box, and the chance had gone. And another goal in League One. Oh my goodness me, it's Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1. Now the goals difference now between Hartlepool and Carlisle is just 1. If Carlisle were to get a goal, we go above Hartlepool. That's an amazing turnaround. No, that would be level, wouldn't it? That would both be 5, in which case it would be enough, I think. We'll have to have a look. No, I think if it's 5, Carlisle would go ahead because they've scored more goals than Hartlepool, or the other round. I'm not sure.
Or is it on head-to-head, Derek?
Yeah. Well, you don't want to worry about head-to-head, so that doesn't count, does it? Now, free kick to Carlisle. We'll worry about that one later on. 4-1 to Bristol Rovers. 1-0 leads against Northampton. Carlisle leading a goal to nil. Ball play to the edge of the box. Dobie underneath it. Chests it down. Oh, that was a half chance there as the Paul Thirlwell came challenging in, but the ball now played to the right-hand side, and Raven wins the throw. That was a little half chance. Paul Thurl just making a little inquiry at the referee as to whether he was obstructed, but the answer was no. But a good chest down from Scott Dobie. Raven with the throw. Here's Anyinsa, back to Raven, to Taylor. Taylor looking, seeing what's available. Here's Anyinsa. Anyinsa trying to get to the byline. Can he win the corner? Oh, it's a chance! It's a chance for Anyinsa. He skied it, missed his shot completely. Oh, that was another half chance. Cross comes in. Dobie, header down. Thurwell left foot. Yes! Paul Thurwell has poured the second goal. 50 minutes. What a dream strike. Oh, it was 20 yards. It was an absolute beauty. And the captain himself has smashed that ball into the net. 4 goals this season, and none more important than that one. Gives Carlisle 2, Millwall 0.
Unbelievable strike from Thirlwell. A hysterically good goal from the Carlisle United man. Absolutely glorious strike on his weaker foot, left foot across the ball, a rocket into the top corner. I tell you what, the United fans have seen 2 brilliant goals that put them 2-0 ahead, and perhaps more importantly, Brighton's result is going Carlisle's way, Leeds' result is going Carlisle's way, and so is Hartlepool, although Millwall coming forwards here on the right hand side, cleared away out to the middle there by Carlisle.
Lewis Neal with a volley up to, well, near the halfway line, but not quite. Oh, let me take my breath. Up to the halfway line. Carlisle leading 2-0. The ball now with Dobie. Dobie there, back to Kavanagh. He's missed it, but it comes now to the centre-back, which is Richard Keogh. Ball down the line, out of play, is it? And it's a throw now to Millwall. Well, Carlisle leading 2-0. Just going back, we'll just have a quick check on the Hartlepool situation, because I'm almost certain that we need another goal in our favour. We've turned over the 5-goal difference. The goal difference is the same, that's minus 13, but Hartlepool have scored more goals than Carlisle United, so we need to turn it round. We need 1 more goal to go above Hartlepool. Ball headed forward again, up to the back line of Millwall, up to the halfway line. Paul Thurwell volleys it forward. Now can they keep their calm? Can they keep their cool? Good interception. Thurwell, Kavanagh flicks it high. Up goes Anyinsa. Ball now drops to Lewis Neal. Lewis Neal to the left back, Murphy volleys it to the right hand side. Here's a chance. Here's Cleveland Taylor, steadies. No control, and I'm afraid the occasion got to Cleveland a bit there.
Great ball forwards from Peter Murphy.
Great ball forward by Peter Murphy.
Cleveland Taylor should have done better once again today.
1-on-1 with the keeper, that could have been game, set and match. But on saying that, it's still only 1-0 leads. Bear that in mind. Northampton need a point. A goal would be okay for Northampton. It still leads 1, Northampton 0, Brighton 0, Stockport 0. If Brighton get a goal and Northampton get a goal, then I'm afraid Carlisle still go down. But they're doing their job here. They're leading by 2-0. Keogh, last line of defence, volleys it forward. Out to Cleveland Taylor. Good head forward by Cleveland. Nicely taken there by Joe. Good steady by Joe Anyinsa. Switch left side, and that's going out. Well, goalkeeper's giving chase, and that's going out for the goal kick. 53 minutes gone. Carlisle leading by 2-0 and 2 absolute stomping goals. That's all you can say. 2 from midfield, 1 from Kavanagh, and 1 there from the captain Paul Thirlwell. Still feel we need another Leeds goal. Leading 1-0. Ball play forward against Scott Dobie, is leaning into his defender. It gives Millwall a free kick. It's going to be taken by Tony Craig. Craig with a long ball played down the centre. Keogh with a good defensive header comes to Thirlwell. Sliced his clearance out to the left-hand side, picked up by Henry. Now that's back in the left-back position, and it's played back to the Millwall goalkeeper, taking his time. Just a little gentle roll out to Craig. Millwall playing their way out of trouble. Over the halfway line, Millwall still in possession. Square ball is on for Boulder. Transition from left to right completed. Here's Graben. Graben now. Graben just checks on his right foot. He can be pacey. He whips that one in, gets a deflection, and that's a corner off Peter Murphy. Corner for Millwall. Looking 54 minutes gone. Tick-tock already. It's 2-0 Carlisle United.
Pace such an important thing at all levels. Graben hasn't even shown that good skill today, Derek. It's just the pace, it's just the fact that he can put the ball and run, and he terrifies Carlisle at the back, and quite rightly so, and he's won them another corner. Millwall.
Here it comes, far post ball. Good header back across the box as well. Overcomes the cross again. Oh, it's over the bar. It could have gone anywhere. Kavanagh could have scored a hat-trick. He could have had one in his own net. Oh my word, he skied it over the bar. He's got his hands in his hair. He's calming everybody down.
I'm not so sure Ben Williams didn't get a touch to that.
I think he may well have done. I think he might well have done. However, another corner for Millwall. And here it comes again. The header comes in blocks, flicked away, and up comes now to Anyinsa. Anyinsa's away. 3 men chasing him back. Still Anyinsa. Now run down the cul-de-sac. And we've got Crewe 1, Leicester 0. Crewe 0, Leicester 1. Crewe 0, Leicester 1. Ball played left-hand side. Here's Lewis Neal. Murphy outside him. Lays it into the path of Murphy. Goes a near post ball. Dobie just tries to dummy it across, but nobody there, and the ball played up to Raven. Ball headed clear. Picked up in the Millwall half by the number 10, Lewis Graben. Long raking crossfield ball from right to left. That's not bad to Henry. Henry now against Raven. Cuts inside on his right foot. And Thirlwell tidies up. Gives the ball now to now he's onside. Oh no. Well, offside Scott Dobie, the linesman says, but I'll tell you what, that was level with us, and I didn't see any daylight. However,
and the 2 fans in front of us. Bent his run there. I think he was onside there. I think the officials got that one wrong. He went for the late call, didn't raise his flag when it was played, but after, and I think that's hard on Scott Dobie.
Free kick's been taken. Millwall in possession, and I'll tell you what, that's gone through all the way to the substitute Jason Price. Shot comes in, blocked there by Kavanagh. Is another shot going to come in? No, they're just playing the ball outside the area. The ball now with Grabban. Jason Price to his left. Grabban still going. Ball played forward, interception. Jason Price over the top. In goes Kavanagh. In goes Murph. In goes Keogh. Ball out of play. Corner. Good defending. Absolutely solid. And you know, I think he's given a goal kick.
Fantastic last-ditch defending there by Carlisle at the back, but that whole move there came because Ian Hart was a little bit too casual. Player tried to play the ball past him, he allowed it to run, got his body in the way, but didn't control the ball, turned around to see Jason Price get onto it on the edge of the area, and I'll tell you what, a lot of heartache could have been avoided there, and in fairness, Derek, Millwall could just have snuck one back into it.
And Richard Keogh's down, Richard Keogh's he's lying down, absolutely prostrate, referee going over to see what's going on. Well, if you want excitement, BBC Radio Cumbria is the place to be, that's for sure. Every Saturday afternoon, Carlisle and Barrow on your frequencies, AM and FM. You can't get a better local radio station for sport than BBC Radio Cumbria. Well, here we are. We've got 23 minutes plus added time. Carlisle leading 2-0, and at this moment in time shall we say, are out of the bottom four. And still Brighton 0-0. A goal for Brighton would see them safe. Leeds 1, Northampton 0. A goal for Northampton would see them safe. Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1. If Bristol Rovers can get another goal, or Carlisle can get another goal, then the goals difference is turned round. We would have -12, we being Carlisle, and we've got a goal in League One. Leeds United 2, Northampton 0. Leeds United 2, Northampton 0. Leeds United 2, Northampton 0. I'll say that again because that has gone round the grounds. That's for sure. Carlisle leading 2-0 here. It's Leeds 2, Northampton 0. It brings tears to your eyes here at Brunton Park. Well, I don't know whether it's transmitted, but it's certainly round the grounds, that's for sure. Certainly the people in front of us, and I've always said Leeds. I've always been a supporter of Leeds.
Love Leeds. Double substitution quickly there. We've been having that injury to Richard Keogh. David Martin's come on for Lewis Grabban. That's an interesting one. The danger man really for Millwall going off. Number 10, Lewis Grabban. Martin coming on the 21. And also coming on, Mark Laird for Adam Boulder. Adam Boulder's been shredding the ball. Whenever you've seen those long raking balls from one flank to another from Millwall, Derek, it's been Adam Boulder, but he's now gone as well. Two of the big threats for Millwall.
And Jermaine Beckford scored Leeds' second goal. Learned his trade here at Carlisle United, that's for sure. That short period on loan. I bet the Carlisle fans won't be giving him stick and then they see him again. Ball played forward down the middle. Little flick on, Leeds in, Millwall in possession. Jason Price picked up by Thirlwell, played 8-side right. That could be a nice little touch there from Taylor. But Carlisle over the top. Cleveland Taylor giving chase. I don't think he's got the pace on that as the ball is out of play for a goal kick now to Millwall. Just to reiterate, Brighton 0, Stockport 0, Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1. If Bristol Rovers score another goal, or Carlisle score another goal, we've overturned that 5-goal difference. And Leeds United 2, Northampton Town 0. And Northampton at the moment in the bottom 4, but this game's not over yet. Now here's to Carlisle. The ball played to the left-hand side, and the left-hand side now is James Henry. Henry there trying to work a 1-2 down the Carlisle right flank. Over comes the cross, one bounce, headed away by Peter Murphy towards the corner flag or towards the touchline. David Raven gets a little bit of a tap on it, out of play, and a throw to Millwall on that far side.
Peter Murphy did very well with the interception and clearance then, because Henry was ghosting in once again behind him, the right winger, just looking to get onto the loose ball. Murphy watched it all the way, and even when it took a slightly awkward bounce, managed to just get himself onto it and head clear for Carlisle. Well done, Murphy, again.
Now there's a chance of a cross coming in. It's skimmed to the edge of the area. There's a chance here. Shot comes in, the wide of that left-hand post. And I'll tell you what, Ben Williams had that covered. He had that covered. He went down, was going to make the touch, realised it was going wide, and let it go behind for a goal kick. Carlisle still leading 2-0. An hour of the game gone. 30 minutes from safety. Leeds 2, Northampton 0. Oh, what wouldn't I give for another goal to Bristol Rovers or another goal to Carlisle United? Ball over the top. Dobie worked hard, beaten in the air, comes to Kavanagh. Kavanagh, ball volleyed into the Carlisle area, into the Carlisle half, I should say. Out of play, and a throw now to Carlisle United.
Quite like a goal for Stockport as well, actually, Derek, because that would mean that Brighton would have to score twice.
Yes, that's
like
true.
Is the situation for Northampton, 2-0 down at Leeds. And then in every game we'd need a 2-goal shift, and you just can't see that all happening, can you?
Well, you can't, but Carlisle's still got to hang on to this 2-goal lead. They've got to close the game out. Here come Millwall over the halfway line left side. Ball just checks back, just messing about in the centre circle. The ball now with Boulder as the ball is played up. It's a good, solid-looking run by Alexander. There's a chance of a cross coming in from the left. It's high, it's long, it's over everybody's head, and a chance for Lewis Neal to smash that ball down the touchline. And it's one bounce deep into the Millwall territory, and it's a throw now to Millwall. Don't be pushed back, I think Greg is saying. Come on, push them forward. Push them forward. Ball now with goalkeeper David Ford. Right foot clearance. Underneath this is Ian Hart. Ian Hart beaten in the air. Comes left side. Picked up there by Henry. Henry turns. That's one of the substitutes. It's Martin. Now it's played left side. There's another chance of a cross coming in for Millwall. Just jinking, turning. The ball back play to Martin on his left foot. Chips one in. Looking for Price. Good firm header away by Keogh. There's another half chance coming. Ball given away to Kavanagh. Kavanagh gives the ball away. Over comes the cross. Header goes in. Oh, he's hit the underside of the bar. Underside of the bar, Alexander. And Carlisle have got away with one. And it's cleared up into the Millwall half. Oh, dear me. Well, deeper and deeper. Over comes the cross again. There's still a half chance here for Lewis Neal running into trouble. He's not going to get a free kick, Lewis Neal. Cross comes in low, hits Murphy behind for a corner. Oh, dear me. They've just left that far post just a little bit vacant, as a corner now for Millwall in the shape now of the man about to take the corner. It's Sand. That's a nice take there by Ben Williams.
The ball over from the left-hand side came, as you say, Derek, quite rightly, from one of the changes. David Martin is another of these who's come through the ranks at Manchester United. Never got the chance there. Very cultured left foot, can play on either flank. And oh, hang on a second.
Now Joe Yinsar can't get there. Goalkeeper comes out, one bounce into the arms of the keeper.
Quality left foot, Martin. It was a quality ball in, and Alexander did everything right, just couldn't get it under the bar.
Crewe 0, Leicester 2. That confirms Crewe's going down into League 2. The ball played down the old inside left channel, one bounce. Murphy watching it, hooks it back to the halfway line, and Yinsar beaten in the air, comes to Kavanagh, heads it forward looking for the run of Scott Dobie. Dobie there now. Has Dobie got the muscle? Does well. Oh, a little back heel for Dobie, looking there for Lewis Neal, but it didn't come off. Rugby Union latest, it's Kendal 21, Hull Ionians 10. Up goes Keogh, firm header, Thirlwell flicks it on, comes there to Yinsar, and Yinsar out to Cleveland Taylor. Taylor tries to go round his man, a little back heel, and Millwall in possession. Good tackle, Cleveland, that's what you want, Cleveland, well played. And the ball out of play for a throw to Millwall. Just a reminder what's going on elsewhere. Other issues, of course. Scunthorpe, they must avoid defeat at home to Tranmere to claim the last playoff place, but at half-time, Tranmere were leading by 1-0. And Paul Simpson's Shrewsbury, they had to go to Dagenham and Redbridge and win, and the half-time score there is Dagenham and Redbridge 0, Shrewsbury 2. So they're well on course for a playoff place. Price in possession now for Millwall. Ball played left side. The man coming after them is Henry. That's going to be a free kick. David Raven bringing down Henry on that far side. Carlisle leading 2-0 as we come to 65 minutes gone. BBC Radio Cumbria. Doesn't get any more exciting than this, I tell you. Plug in your pacemakers for the last 25 minutes plus. Free kick to Millwall. Price is there lurking on the penalty spot. Load of Millwall fans coming in with big fuzzy wigs, which I assume would mimic Price's haircut. David Raven being spoken to by the referee. No bookings as yet, as both players run away from the referee. Referee just saying hold on before the free kick is about to be taken. Right foot delivery, it's going to curl in towards Ben Williams. In it comes, not a bad one either. Header comes in high, out comes Williams. Thank you very much. Does a little roll over. He's got the ball in his arms. He doesn't care whether he does a pirouette, a tootie-two or whatever they call them. Ben Williams in possession.
Triple toe loop.
Triple toe loop. Crew 0, Leicester 3. Ball now with Scott Dobie. Dobie now outside left is Lewis Neal. Neal plays a square ball to Anyinsah. Anyinsah holding it up, out to Lewis Neal. Back again to Murph, please. Now he's put Murph under a bit of pressure, but he does well. Ball out of play, and that's going to be a throw now to Carlisle United. And Paul Thirlwell, just tell Lewis Neal you had a chance to lay an easy ball off. Please do it next time. Carlisle have got the throw. Crew 0, Leicester 3. 0-0 Brighton Stockport, 2-0 Leeds Northampton, 4-1 Bristol Rovers. Another goal there would be nice. Ball out of play, throw to Carlisle United again. Murphy will take the throw.
Crew on their way out of League One then, Derek. Very sad to see that for a side like Crew, but it looks like that's what's going to happen. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Long throw into the box, Scott Dobie. Good control, Scott Dobie. Lays this one at the path of Murphy by the corner flag. Heads one to the far post. Cleveland Taylor's giving chase. Comes now to Kavanagh. Kavanagh there to the byline. He's got plenty in support, and he has not won the throw. A little back pass there to Raven might have been the order of the day, but however, Millwall in possession, albeit in their own half with the throw-in. Level with their 18-yard box. Throw's been taken. Well, I wasn't convinced that was a legal throw, but Thirlwell puts the square ball to Neal. Neal to Murphy on the halfway line. Back now to Ian Hart. Clips one forward, looking for little touches that one forward. Now, has Lewis Neal got the pace? He hasn't. And the ball now out of play, and that's going to be a throw to Carlisle United. 67, 68 minutes gone. Carlisle leading 2-0. Graham Kavanagh with a 30-yard plus after 7 minutes. And what a goal from captain Paul Thirlwell. Left foot 25-yarder, both top left-hand corners, and a long throw from Peter Murphy into the box. It's bounced as well. Oh, nobody claimed it. I tell you what, Cleveland Taylor, a little bit belatedly, or was it Cleveland, or was it... yeah, it was. Cleveland came running in as the goalkeeper just snatched the ball off the floor virtually. Millwall in possession in their own half. Long, hopeful ball played forward. Keogh is underneath it. Keogh heads it forward. Kavanagh underneath this, tries to flick it on. Doesn't get there. Ball now laid up to Harris. Harris now trying to bring his midfield into play. Poor ball across the park, intercepted by Lewis Neal, and the ball is unlucky there by Scott Dobie. Chipped that ball forward. Dobie still giving chase. Intercepted there before Anyinsah could get there. And Scott Dobie working his socks off. Local lad, my word, he remembers the Jimmy Class game because he played that game. Good play by Peter Murphy. Left back position. Chips that one down the line looking for Anyinsah. Now that's going to be a throw to Carlisle. Indeed it is. You're listening to the #1 station for sport. It's BBC Radio Cumbria. If you are driving through our airways, it doesn't come more important, more exciting than this, I'll tell you. Ball now played to Kavanagh. Kavanagh back to Keogh. It's 2-0 Carlisle United battling for their first division lives. And that's poor ball by Thirlwell. Out of play behind Raven, and Millwall have got the throw. Got to not think that the job's done, Carlisle United. That was just a bit lax there from Thirlwell. Got to keep their heads on the game. Not long to go for their own survival.
Oh, there's a long way to go yet, James. 20 minutes plus. A lot can happen in 20 minutes in football, you know that. 20 minutes, dear me, it's going to be a long 20 minutes for Greg Abbott, a long 20 minutes for everybody concerned as the ball is played down. Jason Price is offside, and that gives Carlisle United a free kick and a little bit of breathing space. 0-0 Brighton Stockport, 4-1 Bristol Rovers Hartlepool. The significance of that is that Bristol Rovers get another goal, or Carlisle get another goal, then they've overturned the 5 goals difference between they go above Hartlepool, let's put it that way. And Leeds 2, Northampton 0.
Can't understand why Millwall took off Lewis Graben. I can see why they would have taken off Henry. They wanted to get David Martin on for the delivery from the left, but why not keep Graben on the right? He was
nice
such a threat.
James, I don't give a monkeys.
Well, I'm delighted that they have done it, is what I'm saying, Derek.
Scott, I know, you're trying to be technical, but well done, James. I appreciate what you're saying. They can take off who they like, I don't care. Carlisle leading 2-0, 71 minutes gone. A goal in each half. Ball played down the touchline, it's flicked on, and Millwall in possession. Ball with Raven, it's come to Kavanagh, who hooks it forward. Ball now with the into the fullback Frampton. Back to the Millwall goalkeeper with a clearance, and that could go out of play. In fact, it's kept in play. That's going to be a free kick to Carlisle as Cleveland Taylor goes clattering to the ground. A little conversation there between Dennis Booth and Greg Abbott. Gentlemen, here's a tip for you: if it's not broken, don't mend it. Just stay as you are. Stay as you are. They're doing all right. Free kick right side. David Raven will take it. Chips it into the far post. Dobie's underneath this as his Murphy heads it down, but goalkeeper edge of his area says thank you, and danger over again. Oh, what wouldn't I give for another Bristol Rovers goal, or another Carlisle goal, or another Leeds goal,
or Stockport.
Or Stockport goal.
Just not Millwall.
Just not Millwall. And the ball, Millwall back four, and Yinsar giving chase down the line. And the ball now with Henry. Ball played in now to one of the substitutes, Mark Laird. Another substitute picking it up as the ball is played left-hand side, and the left foot cross comes into the far post. It's a skims off the head of Alexander. Still another chance for Millwall to put Carlisle under pressure. And tell you what, Raven did well there. It was in no man's land. Ben Williams thought about coming for it, definitely wasn't going to get it, and in the end David Raven heads it behind for a corner.
Watched it all the way, did very well there David Raven, because the ball switched flanks quite quickly there across the Carlisle penalty area, and they did well to keep on top of that. David Raven, just good defending.
Orthodox corner, left-footed Price comes to the near post, volleyed away there by Kavanagh, high and long. And it's still Brighton 0, Stockport 0, Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1, Crewe 0, Leicester 3, and Leeds United 2, Northampton 0. As it stands, Northampton are the team going down. Carlisle are up to 19th. Any higher and it will be nosebleed time. Ball played outside right here for Millwall. Played into the midfield, ball still back on the halfway line. Carlisle will be quite happy with this. They seem to have all the angles covered at the moment in time. As good interception, David Raven, excellent play, good fullback play, and he placed that one down the line, but he's taken it out of play for a throw-in now to Millwall.
Linesman on the far side spotted that from 20 yards away. The referee from 10 didn't see it. Fans on the far side as well, Derek, didn't seem too happy with that, but we are too far away to really have an opinion.
We are going to have a substitution, Carlisle. We are going to have a substitution. I think Scott Dobie must have worked his socks off, that's for sure, up front. Or Joanne Yinsar maybe. Danny Graham coming on over the top. Is a chance here for Millwall. Cross comes in. That's Ben Williams says thank you. As a nice comfortable catch there from James Henry.
The difference with Ben Williams in recent weeks, Derek, is that when he goes up for those, you just do not expect a fumble, do you? You expect it to stick, and that has really helped the back line.
It's a confidence thing, isn't it? It's a confidence thing. Long, high clearance, bouncing on the edge of the area. The ball headed out to that left-hand side and kept in play by Millwall. Ball laid up, Jason Price lays it off. Good ball inside the fullback. Jason Price bearing down, and it's a trip. I thought, oh dear me, Carlisle have got away with one there. Carlisle have got away with one, because I thought Richard Keogh had tripped Jason Price. He can't believe it. He's got his arms wide, and again the fourth official being, shall we say, quietly spoken to by the Millwall manager. But I thought Carlisle got away with one there, James.
Really did. I'm sure, unless it was just purely accidental. I mean, Richard Keogh, Price was away from him. It was a lovely little 1-2. Set Price going through. I can only imagine that the referee must have felt it was accidental.
Important goal in League One. Brighton 1, Stockport County 0. Brighton 1, Stockport County 0. So at this moment in time, it's Northampton that are Northampton still, but that could be, what a goal for Brighton that could be. Put them on 52 points. Oh dear me, it gets, I'll tell you what, this is not going to get easier over the last 15 minutes either, is it? Leeds 2, Northampton 0, that's the one we're looking at. Well played there, Paul Thirlwell. Paul Thirlwell, Scott Dobie jinking. Oh, good feet, Scott Dobie. Now, scat down the left. Oh, Lewis Neal couldn't get there.
Offside anyway. Just interesting on that Brighton Stockport scoreline. I wonder how aggrieved Carlisle United can have the right to feel that Stockport have gone to Brighton, one of the teams that Carlisle really need to lose this afternoon. And Stockport have gone into administration. There are going to be players out there who are not getting paid. It's a club in turmoil. What a time of the season to do it as well.
Well, if you do it any later, James, it'll be next season. They'll lose, you could lose more points, couldn't you? However, anyway, let's not worry about Stockport. Yeah, I'll take your point. Free kick being taken from Millwall. Hart underneath this. Oh, the ball's bouncing up to Price. A little back header. Hart half away. Header back again to the left-hand side. Giving chase is Cleveland Taylor. Still a chance here for Cleveland as the ball with James Henry. Ball now played into one of the substitutes, Mark Laird. Laird now trying to create space down that left-hand side, a little back heel. Overcomes a left foot cross. No, Price working a 1-2. Cross comes into the far post. Murphy. Well, he obviously didn't get a shout, but it's come on this far side anyway. Ball now with Henry. Henry with a good no over the bar. That's going to be a goal kick to Carlisle United. We'll have that any day of the week as we look at the clock. It's 77 minutes gone. Well, Danny Graham is coming on for a cameo, maybe last 12 minutes, 13 minutes or so. And the man that's coming off could be Scott Dobie, could be Joe Anyinsa. Personally, I'd have Joe, but we'll see what comes up. I can't see him bringing off a midfielder, that's for sure. It's going to be like for like, and the referee will not allow the substitution. Now the ball bouncing, Joe Anyinsa giving chase. Still Joe Anyinsa can't get there, and back to the Millwall goalkeeper, David Ford. Oh, he's not going to go with 3 forwards, is he? Well, I wouldn't have thought so. Long clearance by the Millwall keeper. Keogh can't quite get there. Hart with a long clearance. And Yinsar is offside if he chases it. He's not going to bother. And the ball bouncing through to the Millwall goalkeeper as the minutes tick away. BBC Radio Cumbria is the sports station you're listening to. Raven with a good header. Ball bouncing out to the left-hand side. It's picked up there by Scott Barron. Barron gets that one back to his back four, just looking up, seeing what's available. It's a long raking crossfield ball. Murphy's got to be careful. He heads that up to the halfway line. Thurwell. Oh, he won the ball, but he did go round his man to win the ball, it must be said. And it's a free kick now to Millwall.
Inside 12, Derek.
Inside 12 minutes, and the man coming off is, it's Scott Dobie, who has absolutely worked himself silly. Scott Dobie, well done, Scott. Danny Graham possibly comes on for 12 minutes left of his Carlisle United career. Rugby Union latest, Kendall 26, Hull Ionians 13. Free kick to Millwall. BBC Radio Cumbria as the ball is played straight down the middle. That's a flick off for Richard Keogh, and that's going to be a corner. And the last thing you want is to concede a goal, just rattling back. Brighton 1, Stockport 0 at the moment. They are safe. Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1 at the moment. Hartlepool sweating on a goal against, or another goal here for Carlisle. Over comes the cross. Ben Williams stays where he is. Header to the edge of the box. Volley comes in, blocked by Kavanagh. Flicked high up in the air by Cleveland Taylor. Taylor can't get there, and it's the ball played left-hand side, and a chance for Millwall to put a telling ball into the box. Header away by Thurwell. Another corner now to Millwall.
Athletic diving header there from Thurwell. Looked spectacular. Might have looked better at the other end, but he got the job done, got it away. Millwall come forwards again. Do not get breached, Carlisle, and you're up.
Leeds 2, Northampton 0. Still has a near post corner. Comes in and volleyed away with great effect. It's going to be picked up, and Yinsar's giving chase, but the ball now in their own half now, Millwall, and the ball now back to the goalkeeper, David Ford, halfway inside his own half. A long high ball. Watching this is Keogh, flicked on. Here's Danny Graham, first touch, takes it wide right, out of play. Throw now to Millwall. Tick-tock, tick-tock, inside the last 10. BBC Radio Cumbria. Carlisle 10 minutes from safety. Ball played forward into the Carlisle half. Ball nodded on. Keogh's there for Carlisle, and it's a high clearance into the stand on the far side, which is the CBS stand. And it's going to be a throw to Millwall. 1-0 Brighton. Brighton leads Stockport. 4-1 Bristol Rovers Hartlepool. 2-0 lead Northampton. Here come Millwall again. Kavanagh's doing his job down the left. It's out of play. Throw to Carlisle. No hurry whatsoever, please. 81 minutes, 9 to go. BBC Radio Cumbria, the most exciting local sports station in the country, surely.
Well, Derek, what an end to the season. What a day. What an afternoon. I honestly can almost not speak now. It's so tense, isn't it? You just know one goal in any of the games. This one, the game at Ellen Road, and things suddenly start to look different. You just hope that Carlisle hold out, and you just hope the leads continue there, and that's all everyone can do now is hope. Carlisle United, though, they know now, looking at the board, it's what, 7.5 minutes to go. 8.5, in fact, minutes to go. They've just got to not concede a goal. They must work on this sort of thing in training. 8 minutes.
Plus the red number.
Plus the red number.
And Yinsar loses out. Millwall in possession across their back four. Danny Graham giving chase. Ball played down that right hand. Oh, that's going to be a... I'll tell you what, Peter. Oh, that's going to be a cynical one, that. And it depends what colour. They're having a go at Peter. I'll tell you what, that was cynical. That was cynical. I've seen red cards given for less than that. And Peter Murphy... I think there must be a little bit of...
It'll be a yellow, Derek.
Well, yeah, I think so, but it was just the way he lifted his foot in an obvious way there. He brought...
it is yellow.
Yeah, it is yellow, yeah. He brought James Henry down. Just the way he did it, it was, I'm afraid, wasn't very... Well, it was a professional foul, which you can be sent off for.
It's what Andy Priest describes quite often. He used to, back in his days on BBC Radio.
Congratulations to Andy Priest, by
foul.
The way. Got the Manager of the Month award for last month.
Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, he describes those as the good fouls. Just inside the Carlisle half, right-hand side. Henry running into all manner of space down the right. Just stopped him there, takes the yellow card, takes the foul, and stops Millwall potentially breaking away. And that's what it's got to be about. It hasn't got to be pretty at this stage, Derek.
Oh no, you're quite right. It's just I've seen referees cynical foul. I've seen referees give red cards, but however, it is a yellow. The man lying down is the number 11 James Henry. He's taking his time getting up, and Millwall have already used their 3 substitutes: David Martin, Mark Laird, and Jason Price. And he's really struggling, is James Henry.
All due respect, he looks in trouble.
Yeah, he does. It was a pretty poor knock, it must be said. Well, this is typical of the home supporters, isn't it, or the opposition supporters, not giving him 1 ounce of credit. But that's another minute, 2 minutes to add on to the 6.5 minutes that are left. Free kick, right-footed, straight down the centre. Carlisle there trying to get ahead on it. They get it half clear. It's still a chance for Millwall now to go down that left-hand, right-hand touchline. Cross comes in, header high in the air. Price gets there. Hart hooks it clear into the paddock. It's still 2-0 Carlisle United as the minutes tick away. Coming up to 6 minutes to go, plus added time. Carlisle leading by 2-0. The throw is going to be taken by Alan Dunn into the box, away by Murphy. And referee says no foul. The ball now with Alan Dunn again, edge of the box. Kavanagh, that's Gary Owen. That's an up and under. Now can Anyinsar take advantage? Still Anyinsar taking it out to the right-hand corner flag. Still Anyinsar. Best he can win there is a throw. In fact, he's won a free kick. He's done very, very well shielding that, and it's an unnecessary foul for Millwall to give away. Now, with 5.5 minutes to go, do Carlisle send the players up looking for this 3rd goal and exposing themselves in the back at the back? I would suggest possibly that it's well worth sending more than 1 person in the box, unless they're going to keep the ball away on that far side.
And they are. Exactly what they're doing over there, and it's a foul, sadly, against the Carlisle man. So free kick to Millwall by their corner flag, Derek.
Yeah, I would have. I don't know. 3 minutes to go, I possibly would have said, yeah, go on, we'll stay back. But I'm afraid it's
a bit of a waste. That
bit of a waste, indeed. So, oh dear me, inside the last 5, Kavanagh with a header into enemy territory. Back it comes again. The ball now with Millwall on the halfway line as it spread to the right-hand side. Murphy watching this carefully. A gentle nod to Neil. Neil flicks it on to Graham. High in the air, Graham. Now can Anyinsar get there? He can't. He's beaten to it. Flicked on again, it comes to Kavanagh. Kavanagh switches it left side, Peter Murphy. Nicely taken, Peter Murphy. Good ball played inside. Offside flag up. Free kick to Millwall as we come now well inside the last 5. Leeds 2, Northampton 0, Brighton 1, Stockport 0, Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1. Jason Price is beaten by Peter Murphy. Back there to Ben Williams, and it's a left foot clearance.
Outstanding defending there from Peter Murphy. I tell you what, if they've got too many, if they've got the abundance of centre-backs, just play him at left-back. He may not like it, but he's brilliant there.
Well, the cheers you hear are a little flick from James Henry, who's obviously hobbling. I would think with playoffs in mind, and James Henry a key player, I would maybe suggest he takes him off. That would leave Millwall down to 10 men, of course, but the throw has been taken for Carlisle, and once again Millwall are in possession, albeit in their own back 4. 3.5 minutes plus added time. Carlisle still leading by 2 goals to 0. And Scunthorpe 1, Tranmere Rovers 1. That could be the goal that puts Scunthorpe in the playoff places. Millwall still playing pretty football. Comes there now to Ian Hart, who puts the ball out of play for a throw now to Millwall. Sun shining down on Brunton Park. 2-0 Carlisle lead. Ball into the edge of the box, flicked on Jason Price, drills one across the box, shot comes in, oh, it's wide, that was a gilt-edged opportunity for Millwall to get back into the game, and they planted it wide. That was a chance. Now, reminder of the scores elsewhere. It's Brighton 1, Stockport County 0. Brighton at this moment are safe. Bristol Rovers 4, Hartlepool 1. At this moment in time, Hartlepool are safe. Leeds United 2, Northampton 0. Carlisle 2, Millwall 0. At this moment in time, Northampton will be relegated.
That chance there, Jimmy Abdu, the man missing that one, that was a real glare. They've now had 2 glaring misses. Harris in the first half, Abdu in the second half. Really should have done better, Millwall, but we'll take that. It's not been a great day for finishing decent chances. The 2 half chances that have come in have both been smashed in though by Carlisle.
Flick on by Graham, ball back to the Millwall goalkeeper. 2 minutes to go, under 2 minutes plus added time, and Graham Kavanagh fortunate to get a second bite at that as it comes to Raven. Cleveland Taylor said chip it down the line, which he did, and then Cleveland stopped running after it. And the ball is hooked up to the halfway line. Good interception by Raven to Thirlwell, now to Taylor. Taylor, a little reverse pass looking for Anyinsah. Takes it out to the corner flag. Joe there just protecting the ball by the corner flag. All eyes on the official as the ball goes out of play. And it's a throw now to Millwall. BBC Radio Cumbria in 90 seconds plus added time from safety. Leeds 2, Northampton 0. Carlisle 2, Millwall 0. Ball flicked on, it comes to Raven to Kavanagh. He's given the ball away as the ball is played forward, and well played Ian Hart, a long hopeful lash, and it goes up as far as the goalkeeper David Ford for Millwall. Well done the crowd today, absolutely excellent, 9,470. Those of you that turned up to support the team, all the ramifications might come afterwards, who knows. But it certainly tempered a little bit. Why should we be in this position in the first place? But it does look, within 40 seconds to go plus added time, that Carlisle spirit has finally come through. They lead by 2 goals to 0. The phone in, don't forget. Now Paul Thirlwell. Now we've got a goal in League One. Leeds 3, Northampton 0, and surely that is that. Leeds 3, Northampton 0. Ball played to the edge of the box. Jason Price, Murphy goes in, just takes the ball off him, gives it back to Ian Hart. Nice control pass, Ian Hart to Lewis Neal. Neal back to Thirlwell. A little chip forward now to Anyinsah. Anyinsah goes forward. He's going to be swamped, Anyinsah. Ball played left-hand side to Danny Graham. Play it right side, Danny. Just keep possession. And we've got how many minutes?
5.
Is that 6 or 5?
5.
5 added minutes? Where'd they get that from? Anyway, it's balls down the right-hand side. The ball now with Cleveland Taylor, and he's won the throw. 5 added minutes.
Brilliant bit of trickery from Taylor there. Went down the line, pirouetted over the ball, and then rolled it back onto the Millwall man. Really good footwork when you need it.
Kavanagh now to Taylor. Crewe are relegated, and Carlisle have got a free kick on that far side. Crewe 0, Leicester 3. So Crewe definitely relegated. And at this moment in time, Northampton 3 down at Leeds, Carlisle 2 up here. With 4 minutes of added time to go, it surely looks as though Carlisle are out of it. But I'm saying that, there's an awful lot have happened. Free kick, Carlisle United, still taking their time. Just tap it to just a little short one. It's right by the corner flag. People have got to get 10. The defenders have got to be 10 way. Now, the full-time score is Leeds United 3, Northampton Town 0. Leeds United 3, Northampton Town 0. That is a full-time score. So if Carlisle can hold out by 3.5 minutes, Carlisle will be safe. Well played today so far, Carlisle. All the character has come through. And you ask, where on earth has that character been over the recent games? Ball out of play on that far side, I think it is. No, good play, Carlisle. Just keeping possession, chipping it down to that corner. And the man on the ball at the moment, no, it's out of play. And that's going to be, is it a throw?
No, it's a free kick. I think the referee just saw a little tug there. Linesman didn't know, closer to the action, Derek.
Long clearance by the goalkeeper down the touchline. That's going to be out of play if Keogh leaves it. No, he doesn't. It's a swivel turn and he's knocked it into the CBS stand. And it's going to be a throw now to Millwall. Well, the excitement buzzing round the ground. We'll give you that Brighton result as it comes in, but they're still playing. Brighton leading 1-0, and that would put them safe. Cross into the box, Price is there, Hart is there. Referee says no foul as Murphy lashes it clear. And the ball now is going to break to Abdu. Abdu now gets it in. Now to his fellow midfielder, and the ball comes right side to Alan Dunn. Dunn playing it right side now to James Henry. Back to Dunn again. The chip comes in, looking for that far post. Raven has got to be positive. Heads it clear. Back it comes again to the far side for Carlisle United. Ball down the touchline as the man giving chase is David Martin. Raven's equal to it. He's hooked it out of play, and that's going to be a throw now to to Millwall, as we come now inside the last 2 minutes of the 5 added time. Over comes the cross, it's high and it's curling, and Ben Williams has come a long way, and Ben Williams grabs it, absolutely grabs it. Now Carlisle have got to be careful here, because the young lads, the stewards, are doing no stewarding whatsoever behind that goal. They're standing there on the actual walking surface behind the goal. Now please behave yourself, lads, for goodness sake. Ball played down there. Keogh gives chase, hooks that ball into touch. Kavanagh controls it and knocks it forward, and that's one bounce. I think it's gone out of play, and I think it's a throw to Millwall, as we now 1 minute to go for Carlisle United to survive in League One for another season. Leeds United 3, Northampton 0. This has got to be the greatest local sports station in the country, and it's BBC Radio Cumbria. Ball played to the right side. Good tackle coming in. Carlisle in possession from Ian Hart. Now it's Peter Murphy, and Peter Murphy drills one down the touchline. High, long, one bounce, out of play, and a throw to Millwall. 30 seconds to go. Goalkeeper clears his lines up to the halfway line. Keogh says it's mine. Back it comes again. Raven with a header. Forward by Kavanagh. And Yinsar gives chase. To Dan Yinsar. Now the ball. Danny Graham. Couple of seconds out. Try one, Danny. Drills it. Oh, and that's just wide. Goalkeeper stopped it, and it's gone for a corner. Where you get the idiots that are on the pitch now for Carlisle United.
Some guys taking the corner flag, Derek.
Corner kick to Carlisle United.
The rest should just
blow,
Derek.
I tell you what. There's a guy there. He must be what, mid-40s? And apparently Brighton have won 1-0. They're safe. Just coming up now, we've had the 5. Still Carlisle United, and they have won the throw-in on the far side.
Derek, they're about to do it, mate. They're about to do it out there.
And the whistle goes. Carlisle are safe. They've won 2-0 here at Brunton Park. And yet again, It's absolutely magical, absolutely magical. But before we get carried away, does that hide the season? No, I guess it doesn't. But let's bask in a performance that's been full of character. They've kept a clean sheet. They've scored 2 goals. They've gone against all the odds. And Carlisle United have won this by 2 fantastic goals as well. Graham Kavanagh on 7 minutes, Paul Thirlwell on 50. 2 absolutely screaming goals. Carlisle have won 2-0. And Northampton have beaten 3-0. And we are thinking that Northampton are the team relegated. Now, you've got the sun shining, you've got Carlisle fans all over the pitch. One of the stewards is escorting the referee off. And the Millwall goalkeeper, by the way. And here they go over the far side. Now you've got to ask where on earth is the money gone for this police protection?
Oh, who cares? The fans are on the pitch. Carlisle United are safe. People have lost their heads, but you can see why.
Carlisle United now have won by 2 goals to 0. You can understand the excitement, James, but at the end of the day, there's people walking all about the pitch. A lot of antagonising going on, and I think you're paying for the police presence, and where are they? But never mind. It's jubilant Carlisle United fans that are walking about the pitch. They're strolling about the pitch, and it's just a scene of absolute joy here in the sunshine at Brunton Park. People are on the phones, people staying behind over on C stand, and again Carlisle can possibly definitely look forward to trips to Charlton. You can look forward to trips to Southampton, possibly a trip to Norwich. Oh dear me, what a difference than going down to some of the teams in League Two, and no disrespect intended. 45 games that you had to forget. It was a 1-game season, it was a cup final, and Carlisle out there, I thought today, did all the things right that they hadn't done in the past games. They took advantage of the second goal. They kept a clean sheet, much really to Ian Hart and Keogh at the back, and the performance of Peter Murphy and David Raven at right back. I thought the back four was superb. I thought Ben Williams' handling, never had a real shot to save, did he? Everything that came his way, he plucked it. I thought Kavanagh worked well, gave the ball, but that's Graham Kavanagh, innit? Times he gives the ball away, but when he scored that fantastic goal, it really set the scene. And Paul Thirlwell as well. And the Carlisle players are coming up into the director's box. You can hear what the Carlisle crowd think of today's performance. A 2-0 win against the side there that were battling for 3rd place. And deserved 2-0 win, I think. I think Millwall missed a couple of chances. Carlisle could have gone more than 2 ahead. But 2-0, it was right. And justice done possibly on the day. Now, the big question is, where do we go from here? We've got to wipe the slate clean. Start with a new broom, rebuild through the summer, and hopefully, let's not have this again for next season. But Carlisle, we can confirm, for those of you that are just tuning in, that Carlisle United have been confirmed. They have avoided relegation by a 2-0 win against Millwall, and they have actually finished in 20th place, a point ahead of Northampton, who go down, and along with Crewe. So it's 1 point above the relegation places for Carlisle. It's Northampton that goes down, beaten 3-0 at Leeds, and Carlisle beating Millwall by 2 goals to 0 here. We do have the Carlisle captain that's just turned up here, Paul Thirlwell. Paul, your feelings this evening?
I'm knackered walking up them stairs for the kick-off. Absolutely ecstatic, unbelievable. It's been a funny all season. It's been a bit of a nightmare from start to finish. We're just overwhelmed, Derek. It's unbelievable. I mean, to be honest, we thoroughly deserved it today. We come out and put in the performance of 11 men out there, and like I say, thoroughly got the result that's kept us up. I'll try and
make the next question long so that you can take a couple of deep breaths. But, I mean, the first thing, it was the character of the side that came through today. It was scoring that second goal, it was keeping a clean sheet, and I've got to say to you, why didn't you do that before today?
That's a funny game, Derek. I mean, let's face it, I mean, over recent weeks, before that, we have to look at ourselves, and we hadn't put performances in, but over recent weeks, we have put performances in, and we've been unlucky. I mean, last couple of games, conceding late, but today, we got the goal, and it just felt like our day. We were heavily on top in the first half. should have come in more up, and we just said, like we have been saying, same again, and we come out, we rolled our sleeves up. I think they've had a couple of chances which probably they feel like they could have scored, but then someone's popped up with a second there, and then we march on from there. But to a man, and the lads who were involved, lads who were on the bench, lads who weren't on the bench, couldn't be happier for them and the staff.
Paul, thanks for joining us, and congratulations to the team today.
In front of us, we've got a man who did all of this 10 years ago. Nice and easy for you, Jimmy, to sit back and watch the action today, and what a day it proved to be.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the easy bit. I don't think they're ever easy sitting watching, but I just thought Carlisle were fantastic today. I've got to be honest. I thought they did the job they need to do. We talked about it last night. They had to come out forceful. You know, the first goal was phenomenal. It really set the scene. You know, after that, a few chances they missed, and you're thinking, oh, is it going to, you know, what's going to happen? Are they going to regret it? But, you know, half time came, and what a start the second half. I mean, that just, you know, ripped the game to pieces, and that from there on, you know, there's no doubt, I think. When
you see a performance like that, does it make you wonder, as a footballer who's, you know, seen it all, why they couldn't have done that throughout the season to make sure they were nowhere near this? Well,
it's, you know, it's difficult to tell. You know, I'm not here enough to understand what's wrong with the club, how the team's performing, all these things. All I can say is that this game today was a one-off. It's a cup final, and you know, they came, they did what they had to do. The results went their way, which I think everyone thought they probably would. They couldn't see Northampton going Leeds and winning, and Carlisle did what they had to do, and I thought they were fantastic on the day.
Explain what those players are feeling now after you did it 10 years ago, and you know the club survived that day. Explain what they're feeling, you know, as they're all sort of making their way home later tonight.
It's obviously sheer relief. You know, you spoke to Paul earlier. He's got a big smile on his face. The players can, you know, you put away the things that have gone wrong this season for a few weeks. You go away. You remember that you're playing next year in the same league, and then you come back and you try and right the problems. But you know, I thought, like I say, brilliant today.
Yeah, you're looking at the support as well, Jimmy. I mean, 9,500. They really responded to the call to get behind the team one more time.
Well, it's always, for me, when I come to Brunton Park, it's always the same. I always see a group of fans that, you know, will support their football team. And if the team are winning, you know, the fans are second to none. If the team are losing, they always seem to be the same anyway.
And you didn't give Ben Williams any tips about going up into the opposite penalty. He wasn't needed, was he, Ben, the Carlisle goalkeeper?
Well, he wasn't needed, and that was, you know, we don't need marauding goalkeepers anymore. You know, we need 2-0 wins. Thank you very much. Game over. And I thought we was super today. Ben, he showed great hands. You know, he didn't put a foot wrong, and he was solid at the back. And I thought, he had a great game as well.
How many more of these do you have to take in a lifetime? It wouldn't be Carlisle if it wasn't the last day, would it? Brilliant.
What about the season as a whole?
Pretty disappointing, but it's today that matters, doesn't it?
There's a smile all over your face, I could see that.
Exactly, a big smile, yes. It was worth coming for.
Carlisle, last gasp specialists, were you confident when you came here?
Hopeful. To be quite honest, I didn't think they'd do it. But it's Carlisle and anything can happen.
What about yourself?
Yeah, fantastic. Staying up.
And the season as a whole, have you got a view on that, or has today made up for it?
Today's made up for it.
Well, it was nerve-wracking, but they dug in, they dug deep, and the last gasp, we've done it again. Thank God.
Carlisle do seem to have a bit of a habit of this now.
They do, but quality shone in the end. Good.
And excellent. The season overall, or does this make up for it?
It makes up for it, and by the way, I've got my season ticket for next year.
You'll be definitely back.
I'll be definitely back.
A lot of smiles today, and that's good to see.
Excellent. Sunshine, good result. Thank you, Leeds United, as well.
Oh, it was brilliant, absolutely amazing. It was, I mean, they played well as well. It was the best I've ever seen, and with a good turnout as well, so can't ask for any more. Absolutely amazing.
But when you came here today, did you think you'd have a smile on your face at 5 o'clock?
I was hoping so, but, you know, that's how football goes, isn't it? So, you know, just look forward to next season.
Has this made up for the season overall?
In a way, I mean, it was a bit of a disappointing season, you know, right up until the end. It started well, then it went downhill, but, you know, we're still in there, still fighting.
So a big smile on your face, I can say that.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
Absolutely
Mr. Moss, listen to me. That was brilliant. Absolutely
But you only play like that all bloody season.
Yes. And the man in the match to me was Kavanagh, without a doubt.
Yeah. Even though he's
I hope Derek doesn't have a heart attack. I think he's just about in keeping himself together, just about.
Maureen Harkins just nearly did.
Nearly did do. Nearly did. Big smileys.
All right, and I'm getting a kiss. And I'm getting a kiss.
Not from you, I hope.
Hello, you devil.
So you're going to have a good night tonight, aren't you?
Yeah. I've got the wine, I've got the chicken, the wine, and a good night out.
Greg, your feelings now, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour after the kick-off, how are you feeling now?
Drained, Eric, to be honest, absolutely drained. Delighted for the fans, delighted for the people that run this football club, and delighted for my players, you know, that are putting a fantastic effort to get the victory that give us a chance. And Leeds United, God bless them, have done us a favour, and I knew they would do, because I had 2 or 3 of the players ring me last night saying they were going to do it. I had 2 or 3 members of the staff telling me they were going to have a right go at it, and 35,000 people wouldn't let them do any different in there, and they've done their bit, we've done our bit, and the football club survived, which would not been a complete disaster, but it wouldn't have been nice. It would have been horrible for everybody concerned that we have got relegated, but fair play to everybody. They've dug deep today, and they've all been rewarded.
A performance of character from your side, every one of them.
Yeah, I mean, have we saved the best till last? I think we probably nearly enough have, Derek. I thought actually we won the game quite well. You know, I know they hit the bar, and but we had, you know, we did a lot of, you know, chances and attacking play and good play, and you know, I thought we were the better side today, and you know, we've won the game really well, which is really pleasing, as well as the importance of the fact that we'd won 2-0. You'd have took a scrappy 1-0, wouldn't you, just to give us a fighting chance? But we've won the game nicely, which is a double whammy bonus for everybody.
Greg, enjoy the moment, enjoy the weekend. Good luck with your discussions next week, and we look forward to speaking to you next week. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, I would rather just wait till the end of the start of next season before I speak to you again, Derek, if you don't mind. I've had enough. See ya.
BBC Radio Cumbria Sport.